Let's have a look at what's happening in the suburbs of Melbourne, where ordinary people are increasingly terrified in their own homes, terrified in the streets, and terrified in busy shopping centres.
Machete madness, 6 weeks after the weapons were banned across the state.
Terrified victims barricaded themselves inside stores as armed thugs faced off at a Broadmeadows shopping centre.
Outlawed weapons yet again in the heart of a busy shopping centre. Two males fencing with machetes in front of scared shoppers forced to barricade themselves inside stores.
Oh my God, something is happening. Guys with machete or something. Oh my God.
People just running in different directions, just scared, yelling, distraught, worried. There's kids running, elderly people running.
One shopper was so petrified she fainted. The brawl between two gangs broke out in the Broadmeadows Central car park before spilling into the centre, which became a battleground.
I don't know, just yelling, swearing at each other, and then bang, they just pulled out the machetes.
That was last night's news service. You don't have to look too far back for an example like that. That's Melbourne, where thugs run riot with little fear of cops and the courts, and where ordinary people are increasingly terrified. But it doesn't have to be that way. This week we saw some stunning data from Queensland showing that Queensland kids have been charged with more than 14,000 offences since the introduction of tough new youth crime laws, which only came into effect late last year. And most importantly, fresh police data shows victim numbers have fallen across the state. Yes, victim numbers across 9 major crime categories dropped by nearly 10,000 people in the first 9 months of 2025 compared with the same period last year. That's nearly 10,000 Queenslanders who have been spared the trauma of becoming a crime statistic, thanks to the tough on crime policies of the Crisafulli government. Yes, elections have consequences. After more than a decade in the political wilderness, the Liberal National Party was elected late last year, with David Crisafulli declaring on election night that the state was about to turn the corner on the youth crime crisis. The new Premier made a pledge to resign if victim numbers did not fall before the 2028 state election. Against the loud cries of the usual suspects in academia, media and the criminal justice system, the Queensland government implemented adult crime, adult time laws for 33 offences. The name says it all. If you commit adult crimes such as a home invasion or carjacking, you can expect to be held fully accountable and serve adult time. The result of this legislation has been nothing short of stunning. The fall in victim numbers is evident across the state, from the Gold Coast to Townsville to far north Queensland. Compare that to Victoria, which is in the midst of a record-breaking crime wave, with the latest data showing a whopping 15.7% jump in total offences. This is what happens when you have a criminal justice system that has been corrupted by leftist ideology, where offenders' rights seem to rank higher than what's in the interests of victims and the wider community. Queensland has shown that there is another way. Instead of harebrained schemes like machete bins or raising the age of criminal responsibility, Queensland has got tough on crime and criminals, and the results speak for themselves. Now, before I go, let's check in with the woman who wants to be the next governor of California, and she is the front runner to become just that. Democrat Katie Porter is the epitome of the modern left. She is entitled, nasty, and just one question away from a total meltdown. Let's have a look at the question that set Katie off this week.
What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, man?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%? Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're thinking.
In a general election, yes. If it is me versus a Republican, I think that I will win the people who did not vote for Trump.
What if it's you versus another Democrat?
I don't intend that to be the case.
So how do you not intend that to be the case?
Now, you know her staff hate her when they approve the interview being filmed from that angle. I mean, good Lord, lady. But as you saw there, the interviewer asked a fairly obvious question and had a couple of follow-up questions. This was a friendly little chat on CBS, but these Democrats are so accustomed to fawning positive coverage that a few follow-up questions got this reaction.
But you just said you don't need those Trump voters.
Well, you asked me if I needed them to win.
So you don't think
I feel
you
like
need
this
them
is
to win.
unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
The question is the same thing I asked everybody, that this is being called the empowering voters to stop Trump's power grab. Every other candidate has answered this question. This is not
Correct. And I said I support it.
So, and the question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that...
Well, to those voters, okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't care.
Follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation.
Yes, she wants pleasant conversation. She doesn't care, okay? That's all she wants, pleasant conversation. Katie Porter is all about pleasant conversations. She's all sunshine and rainbows. Just watch what happens when a staffer got in her shot.
What it showed is if we don't electrify our transportation sector, that we're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems. And the state could lose... Get out of my shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot. Okay, I'm going to start again with electric vehicles saving us money.
I need you two to stay out of my shots because you're constantly in my shots.
I know. He should. I think James Rita's got a point.
Never mind the meltdown. How insanely idiotic was the comment she was making before the staffer wandered into her shot? But this woman is the front runner to be the next governor of California. This is despite a shocking staff turnover rate and stories like this. Let's see what this headline says. Katie Porter dumped scalding mashed potatoes on den husband's head. Resurfaced divorce docs reveal. That's normal. Yes, the New York Post reports Katie's ex-husband, Matthew Hoffman, detailed that the Democrat frequently abused him verbally and threw toys, books and other objects at him during their marriage. She shattered a glass coffee pot in their kitchen counter in March of 2012 when she felt their house wasn't clean enough. The ex-husband also said she would not let me have a cell phone because she said, "You're too effing dumb to operate it." And he claimed Katie Porter blew up over how he was making mashed potatoes and said, "Can't you read the effing instructions?" before she raised a ceramic bowl of steaming hot potatoes and dumped it on my head, burning my scalp. There you go. That's the front runner to be the next governor of California, in charge of the 4th largest economy in the world, bigger than Japan. God help California.